For me, it was about eliminating frustrations. Two groups really. One was for the students. I'd got second year undergraduates who were really frustrated with their experience of feedback in the past. It wasn't sufficiently comprehensive, references, didn't really tell them what was wrong with the references and things like that. And also they were quite upset about return on investment. I've made such a lot of effort in this piece of work to then get 3 lines feedback doesn't feel like fair return on investment. So not enough learning, and it didn't feel fair really. So there was eliminating their frustrations, but also my frustrations, because what I found when marking is that I've got to think about what I can type, what can be easily understood, so time, capacity and things like that. Whereas I found with audio feedback, it would give me the opportunity to deliver everything that I wanted to do. I didn't have to limit it to 5 lines on a piece of paper or something like that. So it eliminated those frustrations I'd had before where I couldn't articulate everything I wanted to articulate for the student. I think for me, I was quite surprised about the lack of how much preparation and consideration and things that I had to do. I thought there might be a lot of fuss, a lot of problems involved. I'd had colleagues in the past say, "Oh, Michelle, you have to write your feedback out and then read it, so that's twice the work. Michelle, what if you want to swear as you're reading something? How does that work?" And what I found was I was given some guidance on how to do audio feedback, and that included some really good advice, like make sure that you put the student's name at the start of a file, so that when you just check you've labelled the file right, it's very quick for you to do. So I had some really nice simple tips to do, which were ever so easy, if you like, to comply with. And what I found was that the actual process of recording was really simple. I'd read something in the work and think, okay, I want to give some feedback on that. Here it is. Read something else in the work. What do I want to say about that? Because that doesn't quite make sense to me. Well, I'm going to tell them that. It doesn't make sense to me. I think small habits you get into, things like making sure you're referencing the page number if they've got one. If they haven't, you're then describing what's on the page so they know exactly where you're talking to. But I found the whole process really easy, really instinctive, and there weren't any of those barriers that others had suggested there might be. Do you know, they absolutely loved it. What was, I got goose pimples actually at the thought of it, because what actually happened was I had independent emails afterwards that said, best feedback I've ever had in 2 years at Hallam. I hoped it was going to be like this. It was quite amazing. So for me, the feedback made a little bit of work, but not a lot of work, very worthwhile. So yeah, it was great. Without a question, what's even better about it is that for me, having had this experience within our team, what's now happened is a colleague of mine who shares my office is now going to trial audio feedback next semester with 13 different lecturers. I was quite lucky because it was only me this first time around, doing a small proportion of an assignment, a 20% assignment with audio feedback, so we can trial it across a wider group on something that's perhaps less sensitive. But they've seen how easy it is, how much joy it is, and the lecturer that's actually launching it with his group was my moderator on the work that I'd done, so he'd seen the process that was involved and really wanted to engage with it. So yeah, definitely again.